is brought to you by the Municipal Councillor for the District of St. Bruno since 2013, Mr. David Tekotis. David understands his important role as a competent and honest administrator. In addition to his mandate as a Municipal Councillor for the District of St. Bruno, he held key positions on the Executive Committee as Vice President of the Executive Committee and Deputy Mayor. David chaired the Board of Directors of Société de Transport de Laval, or STL. David also wants St. Bruno to remain a vibrant community with a strong community attachment serving its citizens. Now, back to our latest episode.
The camera is not playing tricks on you. This is Let's Talk It Out. I'm going to say a mighty special version of Let's Talk It Out, because this is the first time that you see me on this couch as opposed to behind the board, because Lisa and Francesca left me solo tonight. But it's okay, because I love this. I can take the spotlight anytime. I love doing this. I can put me here, I'm good to go. Usually on Let's Talk It Out, they hear my voice, and I just talk from there. And obviously there's Lisa and Francesca, and they do the interview, and I'm always chiming in. I'm always cracking jokes or saying something.
We hear you in the back all the time.
Always hear me in the back. But today, it's my day. They both had, Lisa had her daughter's graduation was tonight. So that's, you got, you can't miss that. And Francesca is always busy. Yeah. She's, it's hard to get her. We try hard, it's hard, she's super busy. But this gives me the opportunities. It's amazing. And this episode of Let's Talk It Out is going to be a lot of fun. I was so happy when they told me that you were coming on.
Oh, thank you.
So, because, I know the history a little bit.
Okay,
and so I definitely want to get into it. And I'm going to introduce you in a minute, because, of course, we thank our amazing sponsors all the time. One of which, of course, this place, the Society Art Gallery. It's amazing. Look at this. Look at the artwork all around. This place, you can rent it if you want to do a little birthday party, a 5 à 7, a little cocktail. We've had events in here, and it's beautiful. People walk around, see the artwork. The walls are movable. You can set it up however you like. So, of course, Em, thank you so much. It's amazing having you here and doing it here. It's fantastic. And, of course, our resident photographer, Richard Babb, has always been part. He's the nicest guy.
That's the guy I just met now.
No, that was Em. So Richard Babb, it's photography. He's an amazing photographer. He specializes in fine arts, cosplay. If you look at his Instagram page, the pictures are stunning. Wow. Like, he's got I don't want to say risque, like he'll take, women and men, of course, all of it, but in forests. Okay. With
I'll have to check him out.
It's really, really cool. It's really stunning. The colors are stunning.
Wow.
And Richard Babb, he's always been supporting us. He's always been there for us. And portraits, weddings, he does it all. But his photography is different. It's definitely different. You should check out his Instagram page at Richard_Babb_photography. You can see some of he posts quite a bit there, and it's
maybe
amazing.
Just send us the link.
It will be written.
Great.
You'll see it. You'll see the link. You'll see all of it.
Thank you.
Also, if ever you want to call him, you can call him at 514-923-3168. So yeah, you can get in touch with him through Instagram or give him a phone call. His photos are amazing, and he's such a good guy. Very easy to work with.
Awesome.
And now we're down to the important part, is meeting you. So I'd like to introduce to everybody here.
Thank you.
On behalf of Let's Talk It Out, welcome to the show.
Thank you so
Giulia
much.
Garofano.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Oh my God, the pleasure is all mine.
No, the pleasure is mine as well. To you and Lisa, it's the first time I meet you guys. I'm super happy. The setting is like wow, it's beautiful, very comfortable. So
we're gonna have a nice chat, because
thank you for having me. Really,
you've done some amazing things, and I was excited because I don't know if everybody knows, but I'm a big soccer fan. So your son meant something to the city.
It's heartwarming to hear that.
He meant something to the city.
Yes,
and especially the Impact
the
fans.
Community, yeah.
The community came together. It's still there. The signs always go up every game. I'm there. I have season tickets. I go. The signs are always up. And, we unfortunately, we lost him.
Yeah.
And you wrote a book about it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so I want to talk about that. How do you describe you? Before we get into the book and all of that, how do we describe Giulia?
Giulia is always busy. Giulia is always up to something. Giulia is very active on social media. I do different things. Before he passed away, I sell a lot of products, so
Okay.
I have a pretty good following, people on Facebook and Instagram. I love what I do. I like keeping busy. It's who I am, you know. People say, my God, you don't stop. I love it. I just love keeping busy. And for me, it's just a way of maybe not forgetting. It's a therapy for me, you know. Like, I don't want to think about just him, that he passed away. I would like him to know that his mom is okay despite the loss.
Yeah.
And this is how my book came along.
Okay.
It was therapy for me.
You know he knows that, right?
Of course.
You know he knows
I know his
that.
character.
Absolutely. And he saw you go. This is not something, being busy as you are and an entrepreneur and coming out with products and always doing something is not something that you just pick up one day and you say,
No.
I'm going to do it now, let's do it.
Yeah.
It's something that, it's your lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly.
So either you're that person that wants to keep
Yeah.
busy and it makes you happy being busy.
I like being busy,
And
yeah.
so he knew that.
Yeah.
He knew that.
Oh, he would tell me, even when I was at his house for a year, he would tell me, Mommy, don't stop. It's who I am. You can't change a character. There's some people who are calm.
Yeah.
There's some that are super, super hyper. I would say I'm more on the hyper side, and I get a lot done. Let me tell you, multitask is me.
when it's time to rock and roll, you go.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. And so I mean, give us an example of some of the products. Okay. Let me give an example because she's so sweet. She literally brought gifts for Lisa and a beautiful jar of honey.
Yeah, it's 25 years I sell honey.
25 years you
Yeah,
sell
it's
honey.
unpasteurized honey, and I love it. And it's a girlfriend of mine who's got beehives in the Canton de l'Est,
Okay.
Eastern
Townships,
Township.
yeah.
And I'm the only one that sells her products. It's the last 25 years. It's amazing. It's good. It's made from the field flowers. So you know what? Before my book came out, it's what I would do.
Okay.
So where do I come from? Before my honey, I worked at the financial institutions for 30 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
did
Like
banking. Yeah.
and okay, that's a little different.
They're completely different. So I retired. I was 49.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I retired for. It was a choice I made, and it was the best choice. I'm happy to be home. My husband still works for the bank as
Okay.
we speak, and I'm waiting for him to retire because I'm getting old. And yeah, so for me, it's from banking to selling products at home. I had to keep busy, so I had to
Absolutely.
find something that I was passionate about.
Yeah.
And I was selling honey even before at the bank, when I was working at the bank. It was who I was.
Okay.
And now I'm with this amazing book that came out. It's a memoir about me and him.
Okay, and do you is there other products or is it just honey? Honey
You know,
is
well, I import scarves too.
cars?
Scarves.
Oh, I was like cars. Wow, that's a okay,
yeah,
so,
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
that's
I
amazing.
import scarves as well from Morocco.
Is it on a website? Do you do this?
No,
just
it's people know who I am, and
my
it's
God.
bouche à l'oreille, you know, they
Yeah.
say. People know I am. If they come and pick up honey, they're going to pick up a scarf. So it's quite neat. I mean, I always have something. Sometimes it's jewelry. So it's just, I need to keep busy. And
okay, whatever you find, you're gonna.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And now I guess
I
it
love
would be
it.
your book.
Yeah, I'm busy with that.
Okay.
That's keeping me busy now.
So the story. I mean, it started. You know, we knew before. I mean, the community knew that he wasn't doing the best. He was sick. I don't know how long.
He was sick for a year. So 2021 was diagnosed with June 2021. He was diagnosed with glioblastoma. And glioblastoma, the survival rate is very, very minimal.
Yeah.
I can tell you it's 5%. So it's not an easy diagnosis. And 2022, he lasted 12 months. 12 months to 14 months. So hold on, he died in July. Yeah, so 13 months he lasted, yeah.
Wow. And
glioblastoma.
is that when you decided to do the book? Like when he was sick, or was it after?
No, so let me tell you the story about this book. So this book came is, I see a therapist.
Okay.
For those who are listening, I see a therapist once a week. It's extremely important that whatever dramatic event you have in your life, don't be ashamed. Don't think it's taboo. I see a therapist. She's an RDP. She's amazing. I'm super comfortable with her. And choose someone you're comfortable with. It's
Absolutely,
very important,
absolutely.
right? So I go see her, and she says to me, I want you to write a letter to a specific person and write what you feel. So I'm writing and writing. not that moment. I go home and I'm writing and writing and writing, and I end up writing 4 pages long. So I go, oh my God, I'm just writing and writing. This therapist is going to freak out when she...
It has to be 2-hour sessions now.
Oh my God, yeah, because I take an hour session, right? Okay. So all of a sudden, I get home, and I have a client coming. Not really a client, it was a new person that's asked me if I can help her with a fundraising. What can you give? I said, you know what, come over, I'll give you a scarf, I'll give you a honey. It was the first time I met this woman. You know what she brings me? So there's a therapist, and then she brings me this black book, and on it, it's engraved in the letter saying, La vie/life, blank pages, and a pen.
Okay.
So I get this, and I says, okay, therapist. I put it on the side. The next day, I have my publisher, who's a client of mine, decides to buy some honey. So she comes in, and she goes, I need honey. I go, that's it. Therapist, black book, empty pages, and I says to her, name is Agatha DeSantis. She already has a book out. She's my publisher and writer. And I says, I'd love to write a book. Is that possible? Like, how does it work? Like, how can you help me? She goes, I would love to be in this project with you. And this is where the book was born.
Okay.
It was all events that led to this book. It took 10 months to write.
Wow. 10 months to write.
And when I tell you write, Stefano, it's reliving the emotions again.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Wow.
I mean, no, I can't imagine because I've never done it.
No, but I had to relive from the moment he fell sick all the way down to when he passed away. So I have to relive this and put this on paper. So yeah, it was emotional at times when I would see my publisher once a week. We're talking about 3 hours every time.
Wow.
Right? You know, I take out, remove, put, remove, which picture, which not picture. This one's not clear. So I learned a lot in the process of this memoir, because it is a memoir. It's about me and Jason, our last year together. It was something. It was really something. But once this book was finished, Stefano, there was a weight off my shoulder. It's like, wow. It was a beautiful therapy for me. It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I highly, highly recommend, whether it's a loss of a loved one, a parent, a loss of a divorce. You know, you go to divorce, it's grief, right? We talk about grief a lot. In my book, I talk about grief. And it's not a sad book. I always tell people it's a learning book, and what we go through as caregivers and so on and so forth. So I highly recommend that when you go to a dramatic experience, just seek help. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Of course not.
Really
even you know what? Sometimes you don't even need dramatic.
True.
Sometimes it's just so like, just let it out.
Le bien-être.
Le bien-être.
C'est ça,
you feel good. You let it out. If there's anything, because sometimes we react and we don't know why we're reacting, but we just react.
Yes.
And it takes us to literally talk about it for a while, to figure out what is making us. Why am I so angry?
Why am I bitter?
Why am I bitter? Why am I? And sometimes you could be happy. Why am I so happy?
Yeah.
Oh, I just realized that. I don't know. Seeing my mom every day healthy and happy makes me happy. So I'm in a better state.
Yeah.
You know, and whatever that may be, you're so right. And especially if there is a traumatic experience, you know, I'm gonna say, you're not supposed to lose a child. That's
exactly.
To me,
it's not even the normal cycle of life. It's like, you know, we lose a parent, we lose a dog, we lose a brother. I've lost a lot of people in my life. I lost a granddaughter. I've lost my brother at 53. My both parents are gone. So if I wrote this book and I'm explaining my version of the grief, it's because I've lived so many griefs.
Shit, yeah.
I've lived a lot of griefs. And for me, putting it on paper was a healing process for me. I mean, I think, honestly, anybody can write a book. Yeah. You know, people say you're an author. I'm an author, but I'm still Julie from the blog.
Julie from the blog.
I'm Julie from the blog. Don't you ever forget.
I lost my Julie from the blog.
Julie from the blog.
The honey pusher. Right?
Everybody goes, my husband goes, do you realize what you just did? I don't realize I wrote a book. For me, it wasn't about the book. It was, what message can I give to people out there who lost a loved one, who had to be a caregiver, what we go through, we're misunderstood, we don't get enough help. I know I'm being raw, I'm being real.
Yeah.
I needed help. I didn't get all the help I had. I'm
course.
sorry. It's how I feel.
I don't think there's ever enough help, even if you do, because it's something we're not supposed to live.
No.
We're not supposed to.
You
I say
know?
we're not supposed to. It's especially, like I said, it's a different ballgame when it's your kids.
It's
man.
a child. It's a
Kidding
child.
me.
And I people say, what is the worst thing you can lose?
Yeah.
Is a child.
Absolutely. There's
Is
no
a child.
question.
It's because I can only say that, Stefano, is because I've lost my parents, my brother, my granddaughter, and so on and so forth. My brother-in-law Robert was very big part in my life, very big part. I mean, it was, what are you doing this weekend? I'll come over for coffee and all that. So for me, it's not only your sibling or your sister, your brother. It's my brother-in-law. For me, was so important to be there for him while he was sick, because he also had cancer. So for this cancer is touching so many people. So many people, and
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if it's in the food, if it's in the air. I don't know, Stefano. I don't know what's happening. There's too much of it.
Yeah, I agree. There is a lot of it. And luckily, research helps. Just that the brain one it's a tough one.
It's tough.
It's super
It's
tough.
underfunded. When he was going through this, it was also underfunded. So we have a family member that helps out the Glen. It's the Glen or the Royal Victoria. I don't want to give false information because I'm not sure. And it's very big, right? It's big. So what I do is I try to help the palliative care at Marie Clarac.
Oh, yeah.
It's very important to me. It's a very cute hospital, about 30, I think on the palliative care unit, I think there's about 35 beds. So I says, I can help that kind of institution. I can help because it's smaller for me. So you know what, once in a while I'll give in a donation here and there. They invited me recently to do a conference. I was like a guest of honor, let's say.
Sure.
And it was nice. It's nice to help different organizations. The problem is I can't help everybody.
Yeah, of course. That's
I can't.
no.
And I have a lot of people reaching out to me, and I just want to say, I do help the community. I do help a lot of people, whether it's schools, hospitals, helping a poor family. There's so much I do, and people think I have a company, but I don't have a company. I'm just Julie from the block that sells things at home, and I do give all the time. So when someone says to me, and it was said to me, I'm not sure how this is going to come up, but I'm going to make sure I say it properly. Someone asked me, I will only buy a book from you if I know where the money's going. Let me answer to that. Wow. And I wrote, yeah. So I'm going to answer to that. And how I'm going to answer is, for those who know me, I've been in RDP for 45 years. I've always given back to the community. Mm-hmm. I continue to give back to the community. And this book was a project that I did for me. I have a publisher I pay the writer. I have expenses that goes with the book, and I don't have to justify. But for me I need to justify because of that email I got.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I want to say that for those who know me, I've always given back to the community, even before Jason passed away.
Okay.
So yes, I do give back to the community. Whatever the sale of the books, I usually take $5 out of it and give it to whoever I want to give it. But I've done this for years and years. So I don't want people to question what I'm doing with the money. This is my book. What I do is nobody's.
Absolutely, and nor should it be. It's you're allowed to do it. It's your project, and you have expenses.
Yes, of course.
And that takes away time. Like, it took away time from work.
Yeah.
You healed from it, which
is oh my God, that was
most
so
important.
Most important. It was amazing therapy.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm sorry.
No, but you know what I answered that person, and I answered that person. I said, "Do you know me? Do we know each other?" So I replied, "Do we know each other?" So if you know who I am and you've been in RDP, you have your answer. Yeah. You have your answer.
Yeah, and you know what? You don't have to buy the book.
No, you don't have, not at all.
You don't have to buy the book. It's
Not at
not
all.
forced on you.
No.
So it's like
No.
you want to know where the donate. Like,
You know?
you know what?
I don't
Yeah,
have to donate if I don't want to.
No, you don't have to. And if you
I
want
don't
to,
have
it's
to. I
good. You
want to. I
donate
want
with
to.
time. You can donate any which way you want. And you know what?
anytime.
Just the time you took to do this,
Yeah.
it'll probably help hundreds, if not thousands of people
Yes.
who read it,
It's
who are
helped, yeah.
dealing, you know, with it's a very deep thing to deal with.
Yes.
And so any help you can get.
Yeah.
And some people will grieve through a TV show, a book, by themselves. I'm a by myself guy. I can't talk about it. I can't.
You see?
I
It's
rather
okay.
be by myself.
Yeah.
And I let it out.
Yeah.
And then I work myself to forget. That's me.
It's okay. We all grieve. We all grieve differently.
Absolutely.
We all take different situations differently. An example: you have a breakup with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and you shut down. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's how you deal with it, right?
Absolutely.
And me, I'm more of a here's my life.
Yeah.
This is me. It's raw. It's real. Ask me any questions you want. I got so many people. I have to hold this book because I want to show it.
Yes. Oh, we're definitely going to show it.
You know what I want to say? It's incredible the amount of people that reached out to me in this book, from this book. Just that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Like, ma'am, I lost a daughter. I lost a daughter at 20. I lost a son of 25. How do you do it? You got to take your time. There's no time
There's
in
no-
grief.
yeah,
Grief, there's no time in. Take one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, and surround yourself with positive people. So important, positive people. And those toxic people do not belong in your life. Put it aside. Maybe you'll go back to that. It's so important. It's so important to take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself.
It's funny how toxic people always show up in the worst times. They always show up, and it's I've seen it in families, you know, close to me. Why are you like? How come this toxicity comes out when we're dealing with a death? Why?
I know.
Right? It's like, why? And I guess it's
Do
the
they
way-
give you an answer when they ask that? When they ask?
I don't ask it because I ask myself, and I you know, it's like, why, you know, why when push comes to shove, does everything, all the bad qualities come out? Why can't we take a step back, take a deep breath, and just be helpful to each other? Because that's, in the end, just understand that, you know, Giulia likes to write books. I like to play music. And it's all the same. You know?
Isn't your music a way of also expressing yourself?
Oh shit! My God, it's my life. It's my life, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny. Everybody has an opinion on everything about us. Always other people, and I get frustrated sometimes because it's like, it could be anything. You know, the minute someone sings a song, oh, you have to give your opinion, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not I like her or I don't like her. Oh, she sucks or he sucks. It's like, hold on a second. He or she or that style of music might not be good for you.
Exactly.
But there's others who will like it.
Yeah.
So like, let's change our wording.
Yeah.
Because it's hurtful.
It
like,
is.
Like my son listens to music and I don't like some of the music. I don't like it. I know there's a lot of people that do.
How old is your son?
My son's 17.
Oh, nice.
You know,
you have one kid?
I have two.
Two. And the other one?
She's 15.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
son and a daughter, and amazing. I'm super happy.
You know, my mother always said, I come from an Italian family, if you have nothing nice to say, just don't say it. Just keep it for yourself.
And I tell them, I'm not a fan of that song.
Yeah.
I see the appeal though. Like, I don't have to say, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Like, why? What does that accomplish?
Yeah.
If I like fish and you don't like fish, what? Oh, you must be weird because you don't like. No, you don't like fish. Like I don't like liver. I don't know. You might love liver.
Exactly.
And you know, you like to write a book. Where can we buy the book?
So I better give you all the right information. Right now it's on Amazon, Canada, and US.
Okay, amazing.
It's doing very well as well.
Let's see. Do we see show the picture? Yeah, it's a beautiful picture. Beautiful
This is my memoir. It's about Jason Tullio and his mom. Our last year together. We had a beautiful, it's a gift we gave ourselves, I can tell you that much. So I left everything behind. My whole house, I live with my boyfriend. And I left everything behind and I says, that's it. I'm going to live with my son, which I did. And you know, I was there 24/7. I had help in the weekend. His father would come when he could have. And there's help, other members of the family that also helped and brought it and came in, you know, when they could have. But like I was sleeping there night and day. And at one point, that weekend there, that my ex-husband would come, for me, I needed that. I had to recharge. Yeah. Stefano, I couldn't anymore.
Oh, no, of course.
I just couldn't anymore. As much as you love your children and he's not well, I have to have that extra 2 days because he's working. My ex-husband's working. So that Friday that I would leave to go up north to have a chalet, I go up north. For me, it was recharge. Don't talk to me. No social media. Yeah. I need to disconnect completely. So for me, it was a must. And this is why I say, even if you're a caregiver and you're the primary caregiver, it's important to ask for help because they don't read your mind, eh? Your family members don't read your mind. You'll have to ask, you know what, maybe a prepared meal. Even if your friends want to come over and you don't want to have anybody because the doorbell doesn't stop when they come. Yeah. Jason had a lot of friends.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, didn't stop. At one point, I wouldn't answer the door because while he's sleeping, I have to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no choice. When he's not feeling well during the night, mommy's getting up during the night. When he's vomiting or he's falling because, glioblast told me he had 2 surgeries. So, he had how you call that? He didn't really see on one eye completely at one point, and then he had it's called short-term memory. So when you have short-term memory, you don't know where you are 100%. So what he would do is get up during the night, and not knowing where he had to go, he would fall.
Yeah.
So I hear that and get up middle of the night. So this is all part of caregiving. So yes, you see what you see in front, the ballport, but you don't see when you're alone at home and everything else that goes through being a caregiver. So ask for help, even from your friends. I have amazing friends that are in my life that would come and bring, he was into plant-based, a lot, healthy foods. We changed.
He was an athlete.
Exactly, but Jason he still cheated, right? When he was an athlete, but now we had to put everything on his side. Plant-based juices, plant this, oh my God, everything. So I had to learn to recook.
Yeah.
For him, I didn't know what to do anymore. At one point, you lose ideas.
Absolutely.
What am I going to cook tonight?
Absolutely.
We used to cheat a lot, me and him. The last week, oh my God, if anybody sees that of the family that we're cheating, we're in trouble. We got caught a couple of times.
Yeah.
We go to A&W. It was so funny. We used to go. It's in my book. We go to A&W. I says, oh my God, if anybody sees us here, we're in trouble.
You know what?
And we got in trouble.
But
you know what?
I remember my grandmother when she passed away last year.
I'm sorry to hear. My condolences.
She had. If I had to pick a life, I would pick hers because she had the best life. I mean, besides the Italy and the coming to a new country, all of that stuff.
Okay.
Physically, she was fine till 91 years old.
91.
91.
91. God bless her.
She had dementia. At the end, no idea, but always with a smile.
That's another thing, dementia, right?
Yeah.
It's a grief too, right?
Oh, 100%. Oh, I mean, I lost my brother-in-law too, which was a worse, my age, which was worse. But my grandmother, she had all this, and she lived through dementia, and I would have, yes, you grieve, it's your grandmother. But I remember at the end, there were 4 kids, my mother and 4 kids, and my grandmother loved to eat cookies. And dementia, you start losing, you like the sweets, right?
Yeah.
So she would eat cookies.
Whoa.
And she was 90. And then now like, Ma, you can't eat that. Ma, no, don't eat that. Don't. I would say, what you guys are you? She's 91. If it was me, and I'm 91, I'm shutting down, I'm going to have the most McDonald's I've ever had in my life.
That's crazy.
Man, you got to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like my father too. He was smoking. He had a lung cancer, right? So he couldn't eat at the end anymore. But he was able to smoke, right? Because that's what so my mother would get him out of here. But we want you to live. My cousin Maggie goes, excuse me, but your father has cancer. Let him smoke as much as he wants, or let him drink wine as much as he wants.
6 months or 6 months and 3 days.
Exactly.
It's sad to say, but
it is sad. But you know what? When you know they're gonna die, they're gonna pass away, let them live till the end the way they want.
The smile is worth $1 trillion. That's what it's all about. Seeing a smile.
Oh my God, my cousin would go downstairs at the basement because my father does wine, and he would go, Madeleine, give me a cigarette. Give me a cigarette. Don't tell your aunt upstairs she's gonna start screaming. I go to my cousin Maggie, just give to him. Don't worry about it.
I don't know if we discussed this. I know we spoke about the soccer, But I mean, Jason, so like I said, I may have met him because I'm sure we had common friends. So and I knew
Rocco,
of him.
right? Rocco
Placentino
yes,
lives 2 minutes from my house.
Did you know Danny? Danny Calamusto?
No, I don't.
Okay.
So Rocco,
Good friend too.
Sandro also.
Sandro Grande.
Sandro Grande.
Yes,
the whole soccer
animes.
community.
Yes.
And Rocco and I played on the same team for a while.
Oh, that's nice.
This is after the college. This is like the rec soccer, and he's such a great guy. And he would talk about him all the time.
What an amazing person.
And of course through the Impact, I'm a big supporter of the Impact, and he meant a lot to the team. He meant a lot to the team. This is a Montreal-based professional team that they held his banner, and they still do to this day.
Yeah, La Grinta.
La Grinta is there.
The bell, every time they score, the bell that says La Grinta.
Have you rang the bell yet?
Yes, I did.
You
I was
the
a special guest, and I did. And when I go to the last game, they played against Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, so
and there was someone else ringing, but I usually go in the 1642.
Yeah.
That side, it's more fun and more exciting. Where I bought my tickets, I bought my tickets, and I'm sitting there. I said, no, I'm going to go the other way. It's more fun.
It's fun. So there's two ends of the field. Behind both nets, there's two groups. One is the Ultras, one is the 1642.
Yeah.
And they're the crazy guys, crazy guys. They create such an ambiance, and it's amazing to be there.
Yes.
And one of them, which is 1642, they ring a bell every time they score.
Yeah.
And again,
I love the vibe. I love the energy.
It's so much fun.
It's amazing.
And your son was a huge part of that.
Yes.
He played for the team.
Yes.
In the earlier days.
Well, he was a professional soccer player, right?
Yeah.
He did spotted third at one point because he had to do half school and that. So played at the age of 5 in RDP. So those who don't know, he played in RDP, was 5, and avec l'échelle he went up and all that. So and then he became a professional soccer player with the Montreal Impact at the time. Now it's called CF Montreal.
Yeah.
For those who don't know. And then, at one point was let go, and then came back, and he went for his license, and he became a CF coach with Will Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice, you know what I say? He passed away doing what he loved.
Absolutely.
He passed away, like, I don't know a guy who wore the CF Montreal on his shoulder.
That's for
Jason
sure.
lived and breathed soccer.
Yeah.
That's all we heard about at home. Soccer.
Absolutely.
I tell him, can you not take your phone for 2 hours while you come and eat at my house? So I can have your full attention. Yeah, but Ma, if anybody calls me, it's gonna, just give me 2 hours. He loved his job. He loved the Sapporo family. You know what? He had a good life. He really did. Yeah. He was 38 years old, and there's a saying that we just read recently. Listen to this, Stefano. Someone said, if you had a choice, they would tell you, would you have him for 38 years or not have him at all?
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
Answers, yeah.
Thank you. 38 years was better than none.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he gave me the title of being a mom. And this is where Jason's mom came, because he gave me that title. Yeah. I'm proud to be his mom. And we were never known as Giulia Garofano. We were known as Jason's mom.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
I knew you as that as well, right?
This is Jason's mom. This is Jason's mom. It was always like that, growing up with Jason, Wow. He was a public figure, and we were spoiled with all his little gifts and his little connection. We were spoiled, honestly. I miss him.
Yeah.
I miss him a lot, but I know he's in a good place, and with a lot of other angels that I know that are up there, and I have a lot of faith. My necklace here says it all. I have a lot of faith, and that's what I hold on to. And the memories me and him have, what a great guy, what a great son. Yeah. I have a lot of good memories, and it's that I hold on to, silly moments and great moments, and yes, we argued once in a while. It's part of life. We're son and mother, but I can tell you, this is the truth. I think I argued with Jason twice in 38 years, twice, that it was major. And you know what? He's a good soul.
Yeah, good soul. Jason. Well, it comes from a good mother.
Thank you.
That's what
I'll take the compliment.
Well, you know what? It's true. It's true. Every child, I feel, I have teenagers. Every child at the teen point goes through a little what's happening.
Yeah.
There's 5 or 6 years earlier, you're like, what are you thinking? You know,
I know.
But they're developing.
Yes,
and
they have to find their own
They
path.
have to find their own
Yeah.
path, and then they end up being how their parents are.
Yeah.
A lot of the times.
Yeah.
Sometimes no.
I
but
mean, each kid is unique. Each kid is unique, and they have to find their own path. But they are different, you know. Same mother, same father, but yet the characters are completely different.
Genetics is a very tough science.
Yeah.
But you know what? What you see, not what you preach, or what parents preach, is what they see. This is my belief.
True.
You can preach, don't do this, don't do that. But if they see that you do it and you're not authentic to that,
Yeah,
it
it's
creates.
true.
They
Makes
just
sense,
what
Stefano.
you do.
Makes sense.
It just kind of gets in there. It's like a cream, you know.
Yeah.
Slowly gets through, and
it
it's
penetrates,
absorbed.
yeah.
It penetrates and it
Yeah.
gets absorbed.
Yeah.
You know, the I see myself putting up the tempo like my dad puts up the tempo, meticulous with the screws here, this, there, you know. And I would always be like, I'm not like my dad. He's way too whatever. Now I'm proud to say I am, you know, and that's where he came from. So.
My God, you know, parents
someone who
don't-
works hard,
Yeah.
someone who,
So respect people.
yeah.
Respect. It's so important to respect people. Oh, I learned a lot along the way, and yeah.
Can I play a little game?
Of
Because I'm
course.
doing this
Of
for Lisa and
course.
Francesca. Let's talk it out. They do a little game called Rapid Response.
Okay.
Generally, Lisa writes the
question? Okay.
I didn't
Okay.
because.
Oh my God, I hope
because
it's not too
didn't.
complicated.
I don't know the question. No, I'm
Okay.
going to ask 3 questions since
Okay.
we're talking about.
I'll have to answer right away.
As quick
Okay.
as you can.
Okay.
So, but I'm going to do it a little my style because she does like funny and wild questions. I'm going to ask something like that correlates with the book.
Okay, good.
And with your son and,
Okay,
and your
I like that.
upbringing and your life with
I better
Jason.
win, huh?
So yeah,
I want
Oh,
to
you win a
score the points.
grand prize here. It's a big grand prize. I got booze in
love
it.
it.
I know, I'm kidding.
I don't drink. It's okay.
I'll
Tia Maria, I like what I eat. That's about
I'll
it.
gladly have a drink for you.
Thank you,
Not a
you're so
problem.
nice.
I'm so
Thank you.
nice. I'm really so name 3 foods that Jason would go for.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Rice and shrimps. That was his favorite meal.
Okay.
He loved pasta with meatballs.
Uh-huh.
And he loves, not the black ones, they call it, ¿cómo se llama?
Oh, mussels.
Yeah. No,
Mussels.
the
Oh, the oysters.
Oh my God,
Oysters,
he loved
yeah.
oysters. He loved. It's in my book actually.
Wow, okay.
He loved oysters. So those are the 3 things Jason loved.
Okay, name 3 things that you love to eat.
Okay, my favorite. This is funny because my husband's gonna freak out. Right now it's poutine. Okay, I like poutine. Man. I love
Amazing.
poutine.
Can't go
It's
wrong.
so good.
Yeah.
I love shrimps and rice. It's something we eat often at home. I'm more of a fish eater and a chicken person.
Okay.
I never cook meat at home, only because it never comes out. Either it's too hard, it's too cooked. So when I go to the restaurant, guess what I order? Rib steak.
Rib steak. Yeah, good.
So I love it. It's good.
Okay.
They have the charcoal, and that's it. So I don't cook meat at home.
Okay.
Yep.
Name 3 words to describe Jason's style, like his dress, his getup.
Jason is very simple. Very, very simple. Nothing was dramatic for him. Don't worry, this fits with that. Jason doesn't go well. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It fits well.
I make it go well.
Yeah, Jason was very simple, classy. He liked good stuff, but it wasn't a big thing for him to have brand names, no.
Okay.
Jason was not that type of man. It was clean. Mom, do I look good? Yeah, I always look handsome. He's handsome. He doesn't have to wear anything nice.
True. He was
He's a
handsome.
handsome man.
Absolutely.
My baby.
Absolutely.
Right here. My baby.
Name 3 soccer teams that he hated.
Okay, well, I'm not good at that, and I won't be able to answer
No,
that.
it was there. You know why? Because I know a lot of soccer fanatics. I'm a soccer fanatic.
Well, my husband Abe is a Juventus fan.
Okay.
Okay, he loves that.
And
so
was
Jason would love that team.
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
he was
they,
a Juventus
they had pretty much.
So I can tell you that he probably hates Milan.
I don't know.
Probably.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah,
here.
no,
I'm gonna
probably.
get in trouble. I don't.
Probably because as a soccer fan, I know that like my son
Okay.
and myself were Roma fans. I don't want to say we hate Juve. I don't because
Okay.
I eventually I grew up. I grew up and I said I love
my
sports and I like watching it.
Yeah.
I don't need to.
You know the best team he really liked. I really know.
Okay, so this
It's
is
the CF Montreal.
there. You go, and that's the most important.
I scored a point now.
And I've been a Romanista all my
Yes,
life.
CF Montreal.
Roma's my team. So Juve was like, no, just because they're so good that they
Yeah.
always won. But ever since the impact came, to me, and a lot of people look at me and would say, but European soccer is better, and it is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
you
take
can't
that away.
compare.
We're not gonna take that
We're not gonna.
away.
You can't compare.
Of course.
But to make North American soccer get there, we need to watch it.
Exactly.
We need to support it, because if not,
we need to support it.
We need to support
Guys,
it.
support local. You're here.
It's so cheap. I don't want to say it's so cheap.
No.
Compared to other teams in the city, it's a fun night for 50, 60 bucks a ticket.
I know.
And it's an amazing atmosphere. And
But do they realize, do the Canadians realize that if there is no soccer here, we have nothing? Do they? You realize that?
I know.
We have one team here. Now you heard about the girls team now?
Yes, the girls
It's
team
called
is-
Roses.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And there's CF Montreal, the Roses. If we don't encourage these teams and there's none of that, so our kids, once they play soccer, there's, how many kids play soccer in Montreal? Oh my God, tons, like thousands and thousands and thousands. So we need to encourage our local teams.
Yeah,
Because once they're
absolutely.
not there,
the kids need something to look forward to.
Yeah.
They need a.
They're not on the streets.
Yeah.
They're not on their phones.
Yeah, they need a pipe dream.
Yes.
They need something to say. Hey,
Yes.
when even if you're 7 years old and you don't know how hard it is to get to that level, but it's still something that gets them on the field playing, and it's important. It's
Well,
very, very
look at. There's a couple of players. I'm not going to say them all because I have brain fog. But there's a guy that made it to in Europe now, and he's doing very well. But he's
There's a lot.
Kone
is
there you
Ismail
go.
Kone.
There you go. There you go.
Sure. Yeah, I can name them all.
But you know, well, look at him, right? Well, Jason used to bring him home. Jason used to have lunch with him.
because
the
what's
team,
his name? The director Rocco is
Yeah.
the director at Saint Laurent, and half of these players played in Saint Laurent.
Exactly. So my God, aren't we proud?
Yeah, like
Aren't we
Kone was at the
proud
World.
that,
Did
you know-
he make a World Cup team? He will. He's going to be at the next World Cup. He's a kid from Saint Laurent that played
well,
soccer.
look at DeSantis. Look
Yeah.
at Biello.
Yeah,
They're from
Biello.
here.
Yeah.
They're from here, guys. So,
Absolutely.
so you know, if you want your kids to get to that level,
Yeah.
it has to start from here.
Absolutely.
So we, as Canadians, should encourage our local people.
Absolutely.
I'm all about that.
Of course.
Encouraging locals.
Amazing.
It's so important. And if I may say, I mean, out of this, well, he's helped the Saputo family has helped the community in so many ways.
Of course.
From hospitals, from this, from that. What they don't do.
Yeah.
So you know, like you gotta give credit where it's due.
Absolutely.
You gotta give credit where
Without
it's due.
that family, there wouldn't be soccer in the city.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
So that's amazing.
I
Wow.
know.
If there's one thing you want to say before we go off the air here, hey, I like that terminology. What's
love
one
it.
thing
I
you
wanna-
want to say about your book to the people? You can look right into that camera and tell the people something about your book that they can look forward to, and why they should.
So I'm gonna say this because I get a lot of people telling me, I don't know if I can buy your book because it's sad. I knew him. It's not a sad book. I promise you. I will refund you, by the way, if you think it's sad. Yes, there's chapters in this book that are sad. I went through a loss, and I wanted to explain to you how me and Jason lived our last year together, what we said to each other. Some conversations were hard, but we're all gonna lose someone in our life. It's loss. It's a circle of life. Yeah. Yes, some leave earlier. It's sad. It's heartbroken. Grief is hard. Grief will get less heavier with time.
Yeah.
Just give your time to grieve, and don't let anybody tell you when it's time to grieve. Only you know.
Yeah.
I grieve my way. How do I grieve? I keep busy. I help the community. I do seminars. I'm invited. I'm a guest speaker for different places. I love it. I really enjoy talking about grief. Not love. It's something I want to share. And if I can help one person, I made a difference. It's not about money. This was a book of love, of understanding, and to let everybody know that as a caregiver, you're never alone. You just have to ask for help because they can't read your mind. And if I may, if I may, I would like to read a quote in one of my pages, if you don't mind.
For sure, yes.
I just want to show you. And look at it. This is just a page, you know.
Look at that.
Like you got beautiful pictures of Jason. So if you don't want to read the book, you know what?
Hold on a
Buy
sec.
the book.
Keep the picture up.
Yeah,
You
sure.
can see it better.
Sure.
There you go. That looks better. Amazing.
So if you don't want a book because it's too sad, it's gonna hurt you, read it a bit at a time. There's 207 pages. It's a beautiful read. Yes, you do have a chapter or two that are sad. It's life. It's. I wanted to share to you, you know, some things that were not pleasant, but there was a lot of beautiful things that him and I did. So I'm just showing you that there's such beautiful pictures in here. Let me just flip if you don't mind.
Sure.
Look at him. Look at this. You know, some soccer team members. His cousin David. They look alike. They
my
look
God,
alike.
yeah, absolutely.
You know, my brother who's in heaven. This was the Wolf Pack, best friends. And look at him. He got married at the. Isn't that
Stade
beautiful?
Saputo. Wow,
That's how much he loved.
Yeah.
He loved the CF
Wow.
Montreal. Yeah, it's like beautiful pictures of when he was small. And so I want to read a quote before I can finish with you.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so let me show. Well, I'm going to give you two quotes. So I'm going to show you this picture right here. Let me just take this out here. This picture is very special to me, and I'll tell you why right here. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a pillar right here behind here.
Yeah.
And he retired at the age of 25. This was when he had like 8 surgeries, and he had to hang up his soccer cleats. And I had made a pillow out of this. He was in the Journal de Montréal. So every morning when I get up, this is what I hold, and this is what I talk to. Sadly, it's only memories I have left, right? Yeah. I have him here, right here, and I kiss him, and I tell him, have a good day. So he starts my day off the way I'm supposed to start it, you know, give me good vibes, whatever. And this picture is his last picture on Instagram. So for me, it's just memories of his last picture, and he did have his surgery right here. He did have 2 surgeries, but you know what? It was good moments. I was living with him here. So yeah, La Grinta, I made him this pillow from La Grinta, and this pillow was when it says proud parent. So I kiss it every day, and I talk to. So that was his last picture. Amazing. And I want to go to that quote. Because it's a nice quote in there. So it says here. It's on page 143 for those who already bought my book. Thank you so much. And it says here, the reality is that you will grieve forever. You will not get over the loss of a loved one. You will learn to live with it. You will heal, and you will rebuild yourself around the loss you have suffered. You will be whole again, but you will never be the same. Nor should you be the same, nor would you want to be the same. This is a quote from Elizabeth Kubler, another book author on grief. And so I want to share with you that grief will always exist. It's how, when you fall, how you pick up.
How you pick yourself up, how you deal with it, how you pick yourself up.
And remember, be kind to yourself.
Absolutely.
Be kind.
Where can people find you?
So they could either text me if they want a book. Sure. They can go on Amazon Canada, US. You can go to www.productions. I have it here. Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's hold on a second. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm gonna write it down on the link once you post this thing.
Sure.
Right now I have a brain fog.
Not a problem.
It happens. Yeah, it happens. Here you go. I knew I had it somewhere. Sorry, Agatha. It's www.redheadproductions.com/Jason.
Okay.
So you can also buy it on that site. I sell at Jean Couture's.
Okay.
I'm in Jean Couture's. They're an RDP, 2 different ones.
Cool.
I could also put that up. We have Coiffure Carrel sells my book. I have La Petite Italie, Boucherie, La Petite Italie on Maurice Duplessis. So we have different venues and locations that they could just text me.
What's your number if you don't want to?
Yeah, I don't mind. 514-714-9667. I'm on the Instagram. It's Giulia Garofano _7, and on Facebook it's Giulia Garofano. So you can reach out to me and yeah.
That's probably the best way.
Yeah, and I do a lot of book signings everywhere. Eh?
Amazing.
I don't stop, you know. So,
good.
and I always post where I am. Now I'm taking a break, and my next book signing is in Florida.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
Amazing.
September 17th,
Okay,
I'm going for a book signing.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh my
Giulia.
God.
The
Thank you.
The pleasure was all mine.
Mine, it was mine too. It was
Lisa
nice.
and Francesca missed a really good
Well, I'm
one.
gonna have to come back.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna come back.
Absolutely. In a couple of months, you
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah,
we'll have another-
we'll talk about maybe something else.
how the grieving has changed since then to now,
Yeah.
because especially a child, you're never going to stop grieving.
No.
It's always there.
Yeah.
It's going to shift.
Yes.
And that's definitely a good topic to have.
Am I allowed to say one more thing, Stefano? I just want to tell you that in 2 months and a half, we have sold close to 700 books, which is
Wow,
phenomenal.
that is
which is
amazing.
phenomenal. My goal is, my goal is not about money. My goal is to get to 5,000 copies sold by next year. Why? In order to become a bestseller, we have like c'est un saut. It's like a gold star.
Yeah.
You become bestseller. And once that's done, then I can go to the French version. I'm doing a French
Amazing.
version. Yeah.
Ah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. It
Yeah.
is going to
Thank you.
happen.
Thank you.
It is going to happen. You keep doing what you do.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for coming
I
on,
thank you for
guys.
having me.
This is amazing.
Aw.
I thank all of you for watching. And
Thank
of course, Let's Talk It Out is on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, of course. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook. All of that stuff.
Thank you
can
for this
follow Giulia.
opportunity, honestly.
And guys, buy the book. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, by the
amazing.
way, it's $30.
Wow.
$30 with me, if with you
Yeah.
know, and there's tax of
Of
course.
course, yeah, yeah.
But the tax is very little. It's only $1.50 on $30. So go ahead. I really need you guys to share this love. It's a love story of two people moving in together. That's all it is. And beautiful pictures of Jason and the soccer and what he represented to the community. It's really nice.
Let's do it, guys. Let's support. Let's buy the book.
Thank you.
So much.
Have a good day. Thank
Guys, let's talk it out. Oh, by the way, don't flood it with comments on having me on the show all the time. I'm not going to replace these. I'm totally kidding.
Okay.
Guys-
I'll answer them for you.
Yes, of course. Have a good one, guys. Take care. We're done with Let's Talk It Out. Ciao.